Morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important concept. It's the last concept in this chapter. That is biosphere reserves. What is that? That is called biosphere reserves. Okay. So, what is this biosphere reserve and how it will be useful for our biodiversity? Okay, that one we will be discussed. Okay, children, we are entering into the another new one in the institute protection. We are discussing what you call that is biosphere reserve. Okay, so observe very carefully. The biosphere reserves. Okay, the biosphere reserves international designation. What you call international designation by UNESCO. Okay, UNESCO. This is important for representative parts of natural and cultural landscapes extending over large area of terrestrial or coastal marine ecosystem or a combination thereof. So what is this? Parts of natural and cultural landscapes extending over large area of terrestrial and coastal or marine ecosystems or a combination thereof. All combinations. Natural, cultural landscapes extending over large area of terrestrial or coastal or marine. All ecosystems will be considered as a biosphere resource. So, biosphere reserves are designated to deal with the conservation of biodiversity. Conservation of which one? Biodiversity. Here, what were there? Natural, cultural landscapes extending over large area of terrestrial, coastal, marine ecosystems, or a combination thereof. Altogether will be considered as a biosphere reserves. That is important. Next, biosphere reserves are designed to reserves are designed to deal with the conservation of biodiversity. Conservation of which one? Biodiversity. That is also another important point. Economic and social development. Economic and social development and maintenance of associated cultural values. Cultural values. Okay. Next, biosphere reserves are BRS means biosphere reserves are designed to deal with conservation of biodiversity, economic. Okay, conservation of biodiversity, economic. Okay, and social development and maintain of associated cultural values. And the biosphere reserves are the special environments for both people and nature and are living examples of living examples, very important, of how human beings and nature can coexist. Okay, how okay how human beings and nature can coexist. Okay, coexist while respecting each other's need. Okay, how human beings and nature can coexist while respecting each other's needs. Next, the biosphere reserve program is guided by UNESCO Man and Biosphere Program MAB. UNESCO MAB program. MAB Man and Biosphere Program. Okay, so the scheme called Biosphere Reserve was implemented by the which one? The government. Implemented by the this is a very important government of Government of India in 1986. 1986. So there are 18 biosphere reserves in the country. What are those? Agastya Malai. Agastya Malai, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Nilgiri, Tamil Nadu. Kerala, Gulf of Munnar, Tamil Nadu are the best notified bioreserves in the Tamil Nadu. Which one? Nilgiri, Agastya Malai, and Gulf of Munnar are the best example of are well known of biosphere reserves in Tamil Nadu. Well known examples of biosphere reserves in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so what we are discussing the biosphere reserves. Observe carefully. International designation by UNESCO for representative parts of natural and cultural. So all natural parts and cultural landscapes extending over large area of terrestrial, coastal, marine ecosystems or a combination thereof. So this all combination will be the biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves are designed to deal with the conservation of biodiversity, economic and social development, and maintains the associated cultural values. Conservation of biodiversity, economic and social development, and maintenance of the associated cultural values. Associated cultural values. Our values should have to maintain. So this biosphere reserves helpful to maintain our cultural values. Social, economic, and social development. Okay, biodiversity, economic, and social development, and maintenance of associated cultural values. This all will be there in the biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves. So the biosphere reserves are the special environment for both people and nature, and are living examples of how human beings and nature living examples of how human beings and nature can coexist while respecting each other needs. Okay, how will be depend man human beings will depend on the nature, and how the nature will depend on the human beings, all will be there in the biosphere reserves. The biosphere reserve program. Okay, the biosphere reserve program is guided by UNESCO's Man and Biosphere MAB program. Man and Biosphere MAB. What is called? MAB. Man and Biosphere program. As India is a signatory to the, okay, very important. The India is a what is called a signatory to the landscape. Okay, very important point, that is signatory to the landscape approach supported by MAB program, Man and Biosphere program. India is a signatory to the landscape approach supported by Man and Biosphere program. The scheme is called Biosphere Reserve. Biosphere Reserve was implemented by the government of India. So Biosphere Reserve, okay, implemented in government of India in 1986. 1986. So that is important. 18 biospheres. Another important one. What is that? The 18 biosphere reserves. How many? 18 biosphere reserves in the country. First one, Agastya Malai. Recalled Agastya Malai, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Next, Nilgiri, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Gulf of Munnar or Gulf of Mannar, Tamil Nadu are the best biosphere reserves notified in Tamil Nadu. Best biosphere reserves notified in Tamil Nadu. Next one, sacred groves. A sacred grove or sacred woods or any grove of trees that are of special religious importance. Special religious importance. This word you have to important. Religious importance to a particular culture. So a sacred grove or sacred woods or any grove of trees that are a special religious importance to a particular culture. Okay, particular culture. Sacred groves feature in various cultures throughout the world. Sacred groves are what we call features in various cultures. So sacred grove or sacred woods are any grove of trees that are of special religious importance. So special religious importance to a particular culture. That will be called sacred groves. Feature in various cultures throughout the world. Okay, a special sacred groves. This is important. Next, ex situ conservation. Okay, what you called ex situ conservation. So, what is ex situ conservation? Conservation of selected rare plants, animals in places outside their natural homes. So, outside their natural homes protection in the sense that will be called ex situ conservation outside of their natural homes. It includes off-site collections and gene banks. Even off-site collections and gene banks also will come under what you called this ex situ protection. So very important. What is ex situ? Conservation of selected rare plants and animals in places outside their natural homes. It includes off-site collections and gene banks. Botanical gardens, zoological parks, wildlife safari parks, arboreta gardens with trees and shrubs. Botanical gardens, zoological parks, wildlife safari parks, arboreta gardens with trees and shrubs. Well maintained for captive breeding programs. So this is a very important. What is ex situ? First of all, conservation of selected rare plants and animals in places outside their natural homes. It includes off-site collections and gene banks. So botanical gardens, zoological parks, wildlife safari parks, arboreta gardens with trees and shrubs. So these all are ex situ conservation. Okay, the organisms are well maintained for captive breeding program. The organisms are well maintained for what? Well maintained for captive breeding programs. So animals, okay, as a result, many animals which have become extinct in the world continue to be maintained in the what you call zoological parks. As a result, many animals which have become extinct in the world continue to be maintained in which one? Continue to be maintained in the zoological parks, which are going to be extinct. Those one, okay, which have been extinct in the world continue to be maintained in the zoological parks. So then what will happen in the as the number increase in the captive breeding? So because of captive breeding, when the number increases, then they will release into the what do you call? So the individuals are selectively released into the wild. In this way, the Indian crocodile and Gangetic dolphins have been saved from extinction. So Indian crocodiles and Gangetic dolphins. Indian crocodiles and Gangetic dolphins are saved from this ex situ conservation. Indian crocodile and Gangetic dolphins. Indian crocodile and Gangetic dolphins, very important, saved by the help of ex situ conservation. Means they are taking from their habitats and they started giving protection in the specialized parks, zoos. So we saved the become we saved from extinction. Which one? Indian crocodiles, Gangetic dolphins. That is the important. Next, last one, gene banks. What are the gene banks? So gene banks, okay, gene banks are a type of biorepository. So protection of the genes, biorepository which preserves the genetic materials. What will be preserved? Which preserves the genetic materials. Seed of different genetic strains of commercially important plants can be stored in long periods in seed banks. So which one is very commercially useful? Suppose basmati, very useful, we can store. So like that, economically, commercially important plants can be stored in long periods in seed banks. Gametes of threatened species can be preserved in viable and fertile conditions. Even threatened species also can protect in the what you called good conditions. Can be preserved in viable and fertile conditions for long periods using cryopreservation. Cryopreservation, liquid nitrogen they will use minus temperature they will use to preserve that. However, it is not economically feasible to conserve all biological wealth and all the ecosystem. This is not for all. The number of species required to be saved from the extinction for exceeds the conservation efforts. So, which one is going to be extinct? Those only we can save, especially for conservation. So, gene banks are a type of biorepository, okay, which preserves the genetic materials, okay, seeds of different genetic strains of commercially important plant can be stored in long periods in seed banks. Gametes of threatened species can be preserved. Seed banks and gametes of threatened species also we can preserve. So viable fertile conditions. Long period for using cryopreservation. The liquid nitrogen minus 120 degrees centigrade temperature, they can be preserved for what? To protect what you called those who are going to become, say suppose they are extincted or going to become extinct, or we required for future generations, in the sense we will be preserving the gene banks and cryo preservation. However, this cryo gene banks is not for all. Which one is going to extinct, which one is most endangered, or which one is useful for the next generations, okay, so then that one we will be cryo preserved. So from extinction far exceeds the conservation efforts. So this is a very important. So if unable to conserve, then gene banks we can use for what? To protect the this next generation. So gene banks, okay, very important. Next, genetic material. Whenever you hear gene bank, okay, so that is called cryopreservation. Okay, so these all the things we should have to remember for the examination point of view. What is gene bank? Okay, what is ex situ conservation importance? What are the importance of sacred groves? And what are the 18 biosphere reserves in the country? Okay, next, what is importance of biosphere reserves? Okay, these all points, if you remember in the sense, that will be very very important. Ex situ protection, what we saved? Gangetic dolphins, Indian tigers. Like this, all the examples, all the things, if you remember, and if you study in the sense, that will be useful, especially gene banks. So gene banks, seed banks, gametes. What is there in the gamete? DNA. DNA consists of what? Genes. Genes are responsible for what? Characters. So those genes important for us. That information we have to store. Why? Because, for example, if you want to create the new variety, so we can use these genes, okay, these gene banks, we can use these genes and we will produce the new variety by using, you know very well, our DNA technology, and we can produce the hybrid plants, and we can produce the disease resistant plants. Whatever the quality character is there in that going to become extincted plant, those all characters, by preserving these genes, we can produce in the next generations, newly we can produce with those all characters. So that's why we should have to preserve the genetic materials, seed banks, gametes, and through this cryopreservation technique. So from this up to this, we completed the chapter. What is the chapter name? The what you called biodiversity and its conservation is completed.